This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here at YogaPod, Lodo location. Since 2010, they have created a vibrant yoga community where you will transform your body, elevate your mind, and open your heart. I am here with Elise, who is the studio manager. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. Basically been involved with the organization here for the past couple of years. The co-founder himself actually began yoga, his first class, 2004. Jump ahead to 2010, he started his first one, and now he's pretty much putting them a little bit everywhere across Colorado. Is yoga something that you have always been involved with, or how did you get started?
When I was young, I started to take classes with my mom, and I don't really remember them. I just remember that I took them and I was present in her classes. And then in college, towards the end, I just needed some outlet for the stress and looked into the local yoga studio. That was back in New York. Once I moved here, yoga just kept showing up in my life and has worked out for me for the last 4 years.
Excellent. Great fit for you then. Basically, the history of yoga we can trace back basically 5,000 years ago, all the way back to India. It was introduced here in the Americas in the 1800s, but it was really the fitness boom around the 70s and 80s that it became popular. Why do you think yoga continues to be popular today?
I think because it has a little bit of something for everyone, whether you want that fitness aspect where you just get into your body and see results there. If you want to slow down your mind and kind of just get internal, block out all of your busy lifestyle, everyday work craziness, or if you just want to find a community that is full of like-minded individuals, yoga has a little bit of everything.
To define yoga, it's a pretty broad term. We're talking about physical, mental, even spiritual for some folks. What is the discipline that basically YogaPod focuses on?
We focus on discipline of a practice that transforms kind of everything, transforms your body, transforms your mind, and just allows you to not only connect with those around you, but we also connect with the environment around us as well. And we have different programs put on. We plant a tree for every new member. We give out different, reusable bags, just small changes that we can make in our community that will then shine forward for everyone else.
Absolutely. Yoga itself really is an art form. Yet, when you talk about it, you basically say the science of yoga, science of YogaPod. What is that basically? Is this an ongoing challenge physically for people that come in?
Absolutely. We have different levels of classes, of course, but then also just any teacher that you take, especially at our location, is different. And you can find a challenge even in a pose you've done 100 times based on how that teacher has their own individual flair to describe the pose. So
interesting. So it really depends a lot on the teacher as well, kind of mix in their creativity.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Most people dread going to the gym, but people love coming to PodFit. PodFit is our fitness-based class where we commit to our strength, we find balance in our practice, and we have a great community building time.
PodFit makes me feel strong.
We can all come together as one. We can move, we can breathe, we can sweat.
I love PodFit because I can challenge my limits.
We can tighten our butts and open our minds at the same time.
Transform your body, elevate your mind, open your heart.
Be connected to the beats.
At the core of any yoga really is breathing. Share with me how the pod flow of breath is something that people learn while they're starting.
We start our classes with a breath practice right off the bat. So whether you're coming in from bed in an early morning class or you've worked all day and sat in traffic in downtown Denver, you can still arrive on your mat with deepening the breath, with just arriving mentally ready to flow. And then that breath practice follows you throughout the rest of your class.
Interesting. Really, regardless of what class you take, the intention is really about being in the moment. Really a sense of presence. Like you said, this was something you found later on in college when you needed it. Do you think our go-go society, we all need yoga a little bit more than we did maybe just years ago?
Absolutely. Even just the breath practice, when you're sitting in your car and you're in traffic and you're cursing out the person in front of you, if you can just sit and breathe and realize that it's not that bad, that life is still beautiful. Just yoga that you learn here can come with you outside of our doors, and that's what we hope to.
I'm thinking I need that as I drove into downtown Denver here today. Let's start off a little bit with the classes. I mean, you truly have classes for all levels. So let's begin with the pod basics. Is this really a good foundation for somebody who's never experienced yoga before? And what are they going to learn there?
Absolutely. So it's very slow moving, focused a lot on alignment, so you know how to be in the poses without hurting yourself. And it's closer to the ground, so it's not a lot of quick balancing poses. It's a lot of grounding, slow moving, deep breathing pace, so that you really know how to get into your body and kind of just introduce yourself to what yoga is.
Excellent. As we move beyond the basics and we start getting into Pod Flow 1, I imagine the physical challenges start up a little bit more. You start moving away from the ground. Tell me a little bit about Pod Flow 1. What are they going to experience?
Sure. So our Pod Flow 1 classes are aligned with the seasons, so they change quarterly. And it's just basically, like you said, moving away from the ground a little bit, still super slow, and taking larger poses and working with alignment there. So it's taking those basic shapes and building them from that place of just breath to movement, slowly moving, ground to now air, where you're now balancing or, whatever the teacher has to offer you.
Many of the classes are set to music. Basically, as we move into Pod Flow 2, I imagine the teachers are able to be a little bit more creative, what they're able to infuse into the classes. Not only are they turning up the heat on the folks, but the actual heat of the room can turn up as well. 95 degrees. I mean, can that be an experience that you pretty much have to go through to explain?
Absolutely. If you don't like heat, they're probably not the class for you. We do offer Pod Flow 2s, both non-heated and heated here. But the heat really allows you to just get deep into your body right off the bat. You're already sweating, you're already warmed up, both literally and figuratively, so you're just ready to kind of move forward in your sequence. The teacher, like I mentioned earlier, just depending on the teacher that's teaching you, the class can vary into all different kinds of styles, and it's kind of cool because you get to see that teacher's lineage of what they learned and now what they're bringing to you in the classroom.
So definitely a community, like you said, that starts with the teacher and goes across that way.
When we walk into the front doors and the first students come up, they greet us, man, the feeling of warmth is just awesome. I love that.
We see such change in our students through transformation. We see them not only developing in their practice, but also becoming more engaged with others, becoming part of something bigger than them.
I get to experience that vibrant yoga community at YogaPod. We get to breathe together, sweat together, and we build strength together.
When I leave the mat, I feel ready to take on the world.
And I feel like a better human being.
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Don't that feel real fun?
You're talking about synchronized breathing, ongoing strength training really is what's happening. When we talk about, a room being hot like that, sweating, is that kind of a natural way to purify your body?
Yes and no. Scientifically, you're not really detoxing when you sweat. It is just water weight that's coming out, but it's allowing you to just kind of have an experience with everyone in the room. I've noticed that when people leave a heated or hot class, they have the big smile on their face. They're talking with the person that was on the mat next to them. It was just an experience that it brings you together. And so whether you like to sweat it out or not, we have both options, but it is a different experience when the room is...
I myself like a heated room. I think it kind of deepens the experience. I don't know why, I can't explain it. One of the unique things you do here that really provides balance is what you call a pod fit. How does that differ from a traditional yoga class that maybe some people are used to?
Sure. So our PodFit classes do not have yoga in them. They are high-intensity interval training classes. So it'll be circuits, basically, of either cardio or strengthening with weights. They're super intense, set to awesome, really high-energy music, and it just kind of allows you to find that strength that you have in your body.
Excellent. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, take a look at the different classes they provide, not only at this location, but many locations across Colorado. This location here, a couple rooms to serve you well. Also, take a look at the teachers right there. They've got great blogs, a lot of information, education for people as well. Check them out there. You can even sign up for a class, buy a class right there, or if you've never experienced yoga before, you live here in the local area, check it out. They're going to come in and give you a comp class there and let you experience something that is kind of neat. Let me ask you this, as far as people out there that are teaching yoga, that want to further their ongoing education, do you provide training for them as well?
We do. We offer a 200-hour training, which is the vinyasa-based teacher training. We also offer Pod Hot, which will be like the Bikram-style yoga. And we also have our fitness trainings for either bar or Pod Fit classes. And we are just about to start offering Yin, which is more restorative as well. So we have all of the trainings for all of the things here.
That is excellent. For someone out there that comes in, tries out a free week, and they realize this is something they really enjoy, is the best way to do that really to become a member? I mean, rather than buying individual classes, and is it more bang for your buck that way?
We say if you think you'll come 2 times a week or more, the membership is the best bet. You can use it at all of our locations. You get other discounts throughout our studio and unlimited classes, which is really an awesome way to get to know our community, our studio, and our teachers. We also offer class packs 5, 10, and 20 if you think that you would be in and out kind of sporadically. They never expire, and of course we also have the drop-ins as well.
Excellent. I know it's very important for the organization. They focus on really the community aspect of it as well. This isn't really an individual experience. This is something that you're able to share with a lot of different people. Is it rewarding for you knowing that people are leaving out there, going into the world, and maybe being a little bit happier about where they're going?
Absolutely, yes. My favorite thing sitting behind the desk is to just see students connecting, see teachers connecting with students. Those small conversations that happen outside of the studio room is what makes my heart a little bit bigger and really just shows that connection is what yoga is all about. Whether you're in a basics class or a level 3 class or anywhere in between, we can all just connect on that human level and find some love, self, and spread it, you know.
Kind of exciting. Last time, viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You're going to see their contact information. Basically, you can buy a class right there online. If you're not sure, you've never been here before, walk in, check it out. I mean, quite honestly, they're going to provide you a mat for the first time out there and see what it's kind of like to be in the moment, which is very important right now as we run around out there in society. Check out the classes, teachers. This is an organization that began back in 2010. Easy location here in downtown Denver. That is YogaPod. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.